All right, my friends. Hello, it's Katie Rubin, your friendly neighborhood modern mystic, energy healer, divine light channel, improv comic, stand-up comic, public speaker, actor, lady. I like to list all the things I do so that you, if you happen to hear the words I say, remember that you don't have to be one teeny tiny thing. That you don't have to be like, my job is this, therefore that's all I am, or that's who I am. What if you are the field of infinite possibility and you're choosing to spend your time in certain places and times and spaces with certain people? And also, if you are the field of infinite possibility, if your consciousness is or includes or contains or all of those words, all possibilities, then what are you choosing to spend your time putting your consciousness toward? And is it what you'd like to be spending your time putting your consciousness toward? Or are you putting your conscious energy that contains within it the vast field of the potential of all things? Are you just kind of like doing what you think you have to and slowly marching toward the grave? Is that what you're doing? You don't have to do that. You know what you can do is look at the circle light reflection in my glasses. Pay no attention to the circle light. You're getting very unsleepy. You're getting very awake. I've got your 3-card spread for the week. I also have a squeezle dog that wants to come up on my lap, and she just did. She said hello. There are worker guys outside our building today, and so we're probably going to hear from the squaz a few times. She got stuff to say to the worker guys because they're outside making noises when we're trying to do stuff like take naps in the huge beanbag chair that's supposed to be for humans, but isn't. It's for this bitch. Okay, here's what's happening in your recent past, your present moment, and coming around the corner for you. I opened the Akashic Records for you. What are the Akashic Records, you ask? Go to katierubin.com and read about it. But the gist is, the Akashic Records are a really high vibrational realm of consciousness. You could say it's the space from which all other things emerge. So if conscious awareness is the field of energy from which everything occurs, the Akashic Records are like sitting real close to the center midline of conscious awareness. They are a place, you could say, where the entire history of each individual soul and the collective soul of the world and the collective soul of the cosmos and the universe are recorded, not in a linear way in the way that humans record things, but in a cosmic way, the way that cosmic things record things. If you're curious about that more, listen to my podcast, All the Answers podcast. It's pretty damn good. We have like 7 million episodes. Catch up. Get caught up already. It's like comedy, sassiness, irreverence, and deep, deep spirituality. We have a guest on most episodes, but not every episode, to open their Akashic Records and answer questions for them. So I channel for them. I bring energy healing through. We teach deep concepts and also have a fun time. It's my buddy Cassidy Brown and I who co-host it. Okay. Oh, also don't forget, get your subscription going. I have this ridiculously affordable subscription right now where you pay $99 a month and you get 2 videos, one at the beginning of the month and one at the end of the month with a reading, channeled wisdom, and energy healing just for the small group of people in this subscription series. We have 5 people in there now. Let's get you in there. What I'm saying, the reason I built it is I wanted an affordable way for people who want to keep getting the energy work to get the energy work, who maybe can't afford to come to class right now. And or if you're in class and you're one of my serious people, it's a thing to join to get that extra bump outside of class when you don't want to be booking private sessions between classes. So consider that. In the recent past, you're in some kind of rescue position. We'll talk about what that card means. This is a fun card in the present moment. It's the magical map shifter. Do you remember that this card came up a few readings back, that this was on the way? Well, it's here, bitches. And the outcome is a very interesting card that shows up for me a lot, which is the solitude card, which is not sad necessarily, like it might sound like it's sad. It doesn't have to be. All right, let's hear what's happening here. Squeezle cannot get comfortable in my lap, but she's also refusing. You know, there's a whole beanbag chair over there for you. She's like, no, adjust the way you're sitting so I can be comfortable. Oh, God. Oh, this way people can see you. That is better, Squeezle. Good point. She needs to be seen. I've been neglecting her TikTok page. If you want to see more Squeezle, go to TikTok and look for at Squeezle the dog. She's pretty sassy. Okay. In the recent past, you are always safe and secure and free to be yourself. This is this guy. Asking for help isn't easy for many successful people. If only I could relate to that. You're getting very sleepy. Look at the rings in my eyes. However, that's what you need to do now as you expand your life. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand now. You need only ask, and assistance will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from spirit. Get into a right relationship with the divine, and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There's no need to fear. Safety is a place within. So, I love this card so much as a person who is pretty damn powerful and self-reliant myself. I could do a lot and I could get a lot done. So I legitimately forget to ask for help. It doesn't occur to me. And frankly, if I'm being honest, sometimes I'm so fast that I get really impatient with other people. I don't have time to freaking ask for help from other people. Thank you very much. Because then I gotta wait for you to do things on your time and you're very slow and I don't have time for you. I don't have it. Now, sometimes that works for me, but other times that attitude keeps me really isolated. So I can't rely on that attitude all the time. I have to lean into my willingness to ask for help. But the cool thing is, that's what you need to do as you expand your life. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand. You need only ask and assistance will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from spirit or consciousness. Get into right relationship with the divine and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. So many people are super resistant to asking for help because we think it means we're weak. But there is a beautiful saying from the 12-step programs that I really want to talk about today, which is, it is weakness, not strength, that binds us. I don't have close, intimate friendships because my friends and I get together and talk about how badass we are. Now, let's be honest. My friends that I'm close with, we are all pretty badass. And that is what part of what pulls us together. It's like you meet a person on the road and you go, that bitch is doing cool stuff. I'm going to let her into my inner circle. That bitch is a badass bitch. She could come in to the circle. Like, I trust that she's out there doing things at the level I'm doing, so I'm going to bring her in. However, the friendship is based on sharing vulnerabilities, challenges, fun, joy, love, potency, celebrating each other's wins. But like, when you think about the real heart connection you have with people that you have a real heart connection with, it comes through some kind of shared vulnerability. Vulnerability doesn't have to mean there's a problem. We judge our vulnerability and make it a problem, but vulnerability is just truth. It just happens. We all get vulnerable. So in the recent past, there's been something prompting, just Squeezle right here prompted me to get vulnerable because she had to go to the hospital a couple weeks ago, but that's over now. So we're staying in the present. But that was vulnerable as fuck. I had to reach out to a bunch of people. So in the recent past, some kind of, you're a powerful bitch because you're watching me. But even still, something was going on. You need a little help. Now, here we are in the present moment with the magical map shifter. I goddamn love this card. Can be a little bit of a tease, this card, because sometimes you think it's like a magician is gonna walk into my living room. Sometimes. Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny. You're getting very sleepy. I really wish I could hypnotize you from here. That'd be entertaining. I wouldn't do that to you because you might be driving a car. When the magical map shifter card arrives, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate whose presence invites you to be the best you that you could be, or someone who leads you out of difficulty and into a place of safety or success. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path today and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be awake and aware, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you're here will shift. That's a big promise. Magical map shifter card. The magical map shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. So the magical map shifter in essence is saying like, this is somebody who's showing up in your reality to inspire you to pull forward into a higher version of yourself. Be on the lookout. And sometimes this has been true for me more than once. The card itself can be the magical map shifter. You can be the magical map shifter. A dog you meet at a rescue can be the magical map shifter. A romantic partner can be the magical map shifter. A new boss, a friend, a colleague, a cousin. It's not always one form that the magical map shifter takes, okay? Now, coming around the corner, we have the solitude card. By the way, what is today's date? Because we are starting toward the end of this cock-sucking retrograde, which has been less hard on me and more hard on a bunch of my clients. So I'm mad at it for them. I'm looking at dates. I'm pulling up a calendar. Today's the 16th. Okay, so we're done on the 18th, Wednesday. No big deal. You can survive 2 more days of a fucking retrograde. You made it this far. You got this. Really, seriously, you got this. It's going to be fine. All right, so the coming around the corner energy is solitude. I'm comfortable in my own skin as I detach to replenish my soul. Meditation is required when you receive the solitude card as a sign. Empty your mind of superfluous thoughts and allow stillness to flow through your whole being. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, it's a period for conscious retreat. What's called for now is to step back and take your focus off your life and your troubles. You'll be surprised how things sort themselves out once you replenish your energy by means of a much needed rest and time out. Very interesting moment. It's, so often spirit or consciousness or spirituality is the message it has for us is, hey, you could do a little less right now. It's so rarely like, get off your ass and do more stuff, you lazy piece of shit, which is what your superego is yelling at you in your head. But spirit is like, just have a seat. Can you remember who you are? Can you connect with yourself, please? Can you take a fucking breath? And in this case, it's saying meditation is required. Let's create space for some solitude and some emptying of the mind. I love, love, love the message that when you get out of your own way, you have to understand, this card is talking about the essence of, people often think having a spiritual life or a spiritual connection is some kind of like diminishment of their autonomy, diminishment of their potency. It means like, I can't be me. There's a whole book that I have on my shelf that I used to read a lot when I was first starting all this work, which was, do I have to give up me in order to be loved by God? And the answer is fucking no. You were made you for a reason. It wasn't all just to fuck with you. You're you, because you're supposed to do the you stuff. The things that you're doing are for you to do because you were made you. So no, you don't have to give up you to have a conscious connection with spirit, okay? However, the point of having a connection with spirit is to connect you with the highest resonance, the highest frequency of what's possible for you. Why? So that you can have fulfillment, success, satisfaction, less anger, less bitterness, less frustration, and so on. So that you could do you and be content in living as yourself. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. So when we build a spirituality connection, it's not about dissociating away from this reality. It's about connecting with a higher frequency than this reality tends to function from, and then living into that higher frequency in this frequency. So if you imagine 3D reality being a lower frequency than 5 or 9, okay, obviously math tells you that's true. When you connect spiritually, what it does is it aligns you with the higher frequency so you could come back here to 3D, show up as your higher self, and inspire some bitches. Awaken the planet. Do something useful for the goddamn collective. There's another saying I like from the 12-step rooms, which is, how are you contributing to the stream of life today? When you wake up in the morning, you want to feel like you have a reason to get out of bed because you know you're going to go contribute to the stream of life. In other words, what that could look like is like as simple as like get your kids out the door to school, take care of your body, make a little bit of money, be nice to the people at work, try to do your job, be a boss bitch, come home, take a bath, and hug your person or your cat or high five yourself in the mirror. It doesn't have to be like, I'm going to save all the whales in the entire world. But if you contribute to the stream of reality, the stream of life, if you go out into life today and add something to it, you're likely to come home. Look at her hiding her head. She's like, I didn't contribute anything yesterday. I just laid on the big beanbag chair. You don't have to have shame, Squeezel. None of us have to have shame for not contributing to the stream of life. What we have to do is ask ourselves, okay, maybe I haven't been to the degree I'd like to. How can I shift that today? Now, I have a little tip for you that has to do with spirituality and consciousness and how they're related to one another. Here's what I've discovered over and over again. And I started talking about this a couple months back on the podcast. All the answers, if you're not listening, you should. It's free and funny and deep. Get over there. What is the relationship between spirituality and consciousness? Okay, and what I keep discovering, because it's sort of a question I've had to live into for a bunch of months, because it's a fucking deep-ass question. You know what I mean? What is the nature of being for a human? It's a big fucking question. A person could live their entire life exploring ideas about this question. But one thing I know for certain at this point is, I should never say anything's for certain, because who the fuck knows? But one thing I've seen consistently over time since I started to look at this question, that's a better way to frame that, is the human organism, from my point of view, benefits from moving through God consciousness or spirituality, through the heart, into conscious awareness, which is to say, consciousness, okay, it does include everything and judge nothing. Consciousness is like everything that ever was, every possibility that ever was. If you've seen the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, that. Okay? Consciousness can look like any of that. If you haven't seen that movie, it just means imagine another dimension where you're a space alien. Imagine another dimension where you're killing a baby right now. Imagine another dimension where your hands are hot dogs, right? Like whatever. All possibilities exist in the realm of consciousness. However, and this is what some of the consciousness people don't fucking teach, and that's why they're toxic as fuck and people have to leave their system. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Is that when the human being needs a kind of ethical, moral code to be operating at the center of its being. Each person's form that's going to take is going to be different depending on the individual. There is no one right moral reality. But you need a connection with a sense of care and concern for other people. You need a connection to your sense of giving a shit about how your behavior affects other people. I find that is what the spirituality alignment gives us, is a sense of a moral compass in terms of your relationship to others. Not a moral compass from on high, from a mountain that some God figure says because you're bad and fucked up and you need a moral compass, but kinda, but not. In other words, spirituality gives us access to our own internal organic sense of like, I didn't like how I behaved with that person. Let me call them and apologize. Or I am crossing my own boundaries here. Let me stop it. Or I need you to stop, sir. Stop it. Whatever the way that we know what is right and wrong for us as individual creatures is through our spiritual connection. If you were to bypass spirituality, which many people fucking do, and go straight to conscious awareness through different tools that you could use to do that. I'm sorry, I'm getting heated up. See, I'm getting all heated up. She doesn't like it when I get angry. Look at my dog reminding me to be nice, to be a little softer, huh? Is that right? She's like, Mom, I can't sleep if you're being a dick. Okay, but I'm just being strong. Sometimes people need to hear things strongly. She's like, yeah, but I'm a small deer. I'm in your lap. Okay, I thank you very much. Okay, so, thank you, my little boo-boos. She's the goddamn best. Get a goddamn dog. Okay, when you bypass spirituality and go straight to the realm of conscious awareness, you skip through what does my heart need? Does it matter to me that Squeezel the dog is affected by my loud energy, or do I give no fucking fucks? The heart makes you operate sort of in a constant state of like, does this work? Does this work? Does this work? Not in a kowtowing, I don't get to have my power way, but it keeps you open enough that you're reading the room if you're intelligent and if you're tapped in and if you're willing to give a fuck. If your heart is closed, you can bypass the heart and go straight to conscious awareness. And you could be a real powerful dick. You can start to control the quantum entanglements of reality and manifest all kinds of shit and get all the money in the world and still be confused as fuck about why you're unsatisfied and depressed. It's because you bypassed your heart and you didn't include your care for humanity in your stepping into your potency. Example that is excellent. I watched Love LIZZO last night on Netflix, HBO, I think. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It's just the documentary about Lizzo's life. When this woman, fucking Jesus Christ, this woman, God damn it, she's great. We all know how great Lizzo is, right? But just to, because I saw this, I'm going to pump her ass up even more. She talks, first of all, she spends the whole film empowering her dancers and the people that work for her to take up more space as like larger Black women, larger bodied, judged by society, Black, judged by society, the hegemonic group of society, which is older white men, women, judged by society. She's encouraging these larger Black women to take up even more space and be big as fuck and show up in the room and don't hide and don't kowtow and don't get small to try to fit in. She's like, come up here and dance, bitches. That's what I hired you for. Okay, that first she's doing that shit. But secondly, you know what else she does that's incredible? Is she shows you her vulnerability, what she's struggling with. She's a sensitive lady who's trying to date a man and they're back and forth and it breaks her heart. She's a person. So there's something about people who get to certain levels of height and success in the world. What I see across the board, there's terrible people who get to high places because they just follow the ego all the way up the ladder. But you'll often notice that the cream rises to the crop, and it's because someone can be fabulous and empowered and also have an open heart and care about other people. And those are the people we really want to follow. Because you know why? Those are the people we can trust. You notice how in the political spectrum, we're swinging back and forth between like the darkness, the light, the darkness, the light. It's because we're trying to figure out as a collective, like what is the correct balance where flow operates? Did you know that the flow state is when you have your potency and your heart are both operating simultaneously together so correctly that you feel transcendent of the 3D dimension? That's flow state, bitches. So our collective, the collective of the consciousness of human beings, is trying to find some kind of fucking flow state politically, and we don't fucking have it. We're swing, 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 swing. I'm not going to get too much more into that, but I will say, think about that for yourself today. How can you step into your power and keep your heart open and care about the tone at which you speak so your dog is comfortable? How can we have and woven into the fabric of this day? And remember, what the 3-card spread today is telling us is we're going to need a little solitude and a little meditation coming around the corner in order for our problems to get solved. I'll wrap up with this. We often think we have to do more stuff to solve our problems. But so many times in my life experience, you guys, our problems get solved when we do fewer things. We get connected to the stream of reality, the stream of conscious awareness. We relax, we meditate, and our problems work themselves out. A third option arises. But you can't find it if you're so busy doing stuff that you don't sit to receive. So you've needed to ask for some help. It's brought you to the place where the magical map shifter is present and about to shift your shit into a great fucking something. And the outcome is have a little minute, be a little quiet. And remember, don't judge yourself if your meditation doesn't look what other fucking superior assholes meditation looks like. Don't fucking do that shit. Look at me wearing camo, big earrings with a dog on my lap. And I'm a spiritual teacher, bitches. What does it mean, spirituality? It means whatever the fuck it means for you. Get tapped in. Get connected. Get peaceful. Don't I seem peaceful to you? I'm an Aquarius. We have our own kind of peaceful. Welcome to the 19th dimension. You're welcome. It's been delightful seeing you. I hope you're doing great. I hope you fucking... Let's make this our mantra this week. We're going to LIZZO our lives. We're gonna be badass bitches who love people and have vulnerability. And. It's all about and, not or. So hop on into katierubin.com, get your subscription going. It's the most affordable way to do the energy work I do with me. Get on in there. God, I have so many things to invite you to. On the 29th, come see my stand-up comedy show that I am producing. I have 2 nationally touring headliners coming on in to rock ya. January 29th, firstcoastcomedy.com. Check it out, January 29th. You buy tickets on Eventbrite. You would go to Eventbrite and look up, search best stand-up comedy show ever, because I'm very humble. January 29th, it's a Sunday, 7 p.m. Come hang out with us. If you want to learn how to write stand-up comedy jokes, I could teach you how. We start this coming Sunday, January 22nd. Go to firstcoastcomedy.com to sign up for that class. It's a 6-week class. My writing in alignment class begins this week again. We're on round 50 million. Hop on into that fucker if you're interested. That's katierubin.com to find out about that. Get your subscription. Are you crazy? It's $99 a month. Get in there. I'm very expensive, but not in that way. If you want a reading and a healing twice a month, the beginning of the month, the end of the month, hop on in, katierubin.com, get your $99 subscription. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. Let's